Jonas Lecky. I'm a
Okay.
student of
Yeah.
New Jersey City University.
Oh.
And yeah, I have an assignment about the Occupy Wall Street. So I was wondering,
Right.
what is the move about?
Okay, the main thing is, like you probably heard, like the 99%, and we feel that's most people, like, you know, and we're paying our fair share of taxes. The 1% is not. We want them to pay their fair share. We don't like that corporations have taken over our country. We don't like that we're living in a police state. As you can see, all the police that are here all the time. We need money for health care, which we should have free health care in this country, which a lot of the countries have in the world. You're involved in school. You know how expensive education is. It's ridiculous. When I went to school, up until 1976, in a lot of states, including New York, city and state college were free. They only put tuition in my last 2 years. It was $1,000 for a 4-year school. Why I started in Kingsborough for free is now at least $5,000 just for community college. So they're pricing education, it's crazy, out of reach of most people now. And then there aren't jobs when you get out. So, these are, all reasons why we're here. People are losing their homes. People can't afford college. There aren't jobs when they get out of college. We want to stop the police state. We have a constitution that says we have the right to free speech and assembly. We're paying all this overtime to cops. I'm sorry if you wanted to ask me a question. I figured I'd try to say everything I can think of, but those are all reasons why we're here. We're getting a lot of bad publicity because the 1% controls the news media. A lot of people are plants. They'll put people inside of any movement. They've done it for years, or years ago to the SDS, the college movement in the 60s, the Black Panthers. There's always somebody that will come in there. They did that, I think, with killing Malcolm X. So, but what I'm saying is, so they find someone like that, or they deliberately give them to the media to give us, like I meet people. I live out in the Bay Ridge area in Brooklyn, which is a very conservative area, but I'm gradually meeting people in this movement that are out by me also, including one of our guitar players, Steve. I just found out lives 3 blocks away from me. So you never know when you're going to meet other people from the movement.
So who are the 1% you keep talking about?
All right, well, yeah, okay, thank you for asking. So the 1% are basically the super rich people, the ultra billionaires. Mayor Bloomberg is one of them. He's about the 20th richest person on earth now, and he was like in the top 100 when he took office. So he says he's only taking $1 salary. He's made a lot of money to move up in these how many years. Now he's in really an illegal third term. It was illegal to have a third term, and he passed a law that he could run the third term. And as soon as he won, he got rid of the law. Now it's back to you can only serve 2 terms. So that shows what you can do when you're one of the richest people on earth. So that's basically who the 1% are. The cops are working for them. Like a lot of people say, the cops are the 1% too. No, they're not, because they work for the 1%, but like my friend always says, a lot of I shouldn't bring race into it, but I think still, there's a lot of and they may mean well, but there's a lot of white kids who have no idea what goes on in black neighborhoods all over this country and how black people are treated. And I don't think the majority of black people, unless maybe they're in the police force, but most black people wouldn't be going around praising cops and saying they're one of us. All right, we're going to go in a minute. All right, yeah. But anyway, so the 1% basically, and like as I say, the cops are working for them. I've been knocked down years ago in my neighborhood, Marine Park, Brooklyn. It was basically very violent cop. My father was involved. I was beat up by a gang, almost killed. I found out afterwards because I had no recollection. I was in a coma. A lot of them were sons of cops. The reason I brought it up, nothing was done about it. It was all hushed up. Not a thing was done. They could be on the police force now. So I'm just saying for that reason. But the 1% are the super billionaires, the corporations. They're not paying their fair share of the taxes. They're taking our rights away. Unfortunately, I don't think it matters who is president. I think Obama is probably a good person. I think he got in and probably realized if you're going to be president of the United States, you're dealing with the 1%. You're going to do what they want you to do. I would like to hope that if he got in a second term, he'd be able to get more stuff accomplished. But I have my serious doubts. No matter who got in, the 1% controls the straight. They're blowing up the world. They got him to bail out the billionaires, but they don't bail out the people. And as I say, my friends want to go now. We're going to do something legally. We're walking up to the But anyway, thank you. I hope I answered some of your questions. And I hope that whoever can, people will turn out on May Day. We're starting out at 8 in the morning in Bryant Park. There's going to be teaching and music and free food and discussions like we have here. And then it's going on to the march, and the march is legal at 4 p.m. People don't have to be worried about being arrested. It's a legal permitted march at 4 o'clock in Union Square. Okay, so thank you. It's nice to meet you. Thank you. Fit.
You guys are getting the message out there? Is the message out there? Do people know about, is people getting you, is the big corporation, is it getting you guys message, that the message you guys are sending out? What is the message?
Well, we're not getting it out according to the mainstream media because as soon as we refuse to be captivated by the Democratic Party, they drop us like a hot potato. But there is alternative news like Huffington Post and Channel 13, and there's different websites you can go to catch what we're doing. And yeah, I think we are getting our message out. Several of the corporations have changed certain policies due to Occupy's message. I think we've changed the national dialogue to some degree. And so yeah, I think we are. And this movement, Occupy Wall Street, is global, and it is not focused on simply one or two items, which I think is a problem for all these other movements. Once they achieve their goal, they're kind of disbanded. Well, we're more like a horizontal type of movement, because we're taking on everything. Every issue in this country needs to be changed. The fact that this country, as most Americans believe it to be existed, has never existed. Okay? What was it founded on? It was founded on genocide. It was founded on slavery. Okay? So this country got off to a bad start. It's never got on the right foot yet, and it's still stuck on stupid. Which is unbelievable. Plus, we have this thing called the Constitution of the United States, which is being totally dishonored by these gentlemen, NYPD. The fact that they isolated over 700,000 people in the community of Harlem and did stop and frisks is illegal. It's bull crap. That they're getting away with this, and the fact that this is going on unchecked it's not tolerable, and we're not going to tolerate it. And as a movement, we refuse to be governed by a government that is corrupt to its core. It loves money, and it's completely motivated by greed. So that's why I'm here, because these people that I'm around and that I believe in with are trying to change all that.
When the whole movement started, did you start with the movement, or you started just now? When did
probably like a couple of, I would say probably 2 weeks afterwards, I started coming down.
When did the movement start? When did it start?
Well,
what prompted the movement?
I believe it was September 17th is when it started, but the planning I think may have started a little bit before that. But this movement has been going on in one way or another for many years, but it's all of a sudden now it's become more collective. It's become a collective idea.
I remember the last time you guys were, you guys were driven out from your previous places.
Pardon me?
You guys were driven out from your previous.
This was the original site right here. Liberty, we call this Liberty Park. They call it Zuccotti, we call it Liberty. And then we went up to, I think it was Union Square, and then we went down to Wall Street, and it seems like no matter where we go, they try to shut us down. Because they're afraid of us. If we were no threat, they would just leave us alone. They must consider us to be a threat. See how many police are in the area?
I came here, I was scared. I'm like, I don't know if you or not.
Yeah,
and they are getting paid for just standing here.
Yeah, they should love us.
Majority of people
They
here
should
have
love
no
us. They're going to have a
jobs,
great Christmas.
Oh my God, that's so nice. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's good meeting you. Take care.